What's up? I'm the one and only MJG. In the middle of my flexing for the day. I have a goal for this year. I won't speak on it right now, but I do have a flex goal. I actually have on 2 weight vests. I have a 50-pound on. I have a 20-pound on. I always, during my life and my career, especially during my stretching, I was trained to get a good stretch from having someone to support me or to help work with me. But majority of the time in my life, I never could get that person, or that person didn't feel like working out. They had something to do that day or whatever. So I got tired of excuses of my so-called friend that was in the martial art. So I always figure out, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this flex? How am I gonna develop this flexibility? I need some help. So I came up with many ideas. I used newspaper to put underneath my feet to help me stretch. I got my brothers up. I was working my younger brothers up. Had them to stand on the top of my back or something to push me down. I did a lot of extreme stretching. I still do. So I have learned Chi, eternal breathing control, to be able to stretch in a way that a lot of people are not able to stretch. I still use the old school flexing. Since I don't have anybody to help me, to work with me in flexing, I use weight vests. Normally a person would give you a 20-pound of pressure that supports your flex. I have superseded that a long time ago. Although I had hip replacement, I don't have no more hip problem. I have no pain. I have zero pain. So now to restore full flex back into my hip, to extend the muscle in my hip back to full length as it was before the operation. I've been given wisdom by God to be able to do it. I understand the muscle 1,000 times greater than most men does. I understand how to get it flexed, how to recondition the muscle. I understand what combination of vitamins to be used to support the muscle. I literally understand it like I have been in school studying it for over 1,000 years. The wisdom comes directly from God. Moving on. I'm flexing, I'm stretching my thigh muscle. During my operation, my thigh muscle, when I was cut and had hip replacement, literally locked completely up. My left leg, the muscle was so tight because the doctor explained to me that he tightened it extra, so within 8 hours after my operation, I was up walking. And so by him tightening it beyond what it was, it did me more harm than good. So because blood was not traveling all the way down into my feet, and how I knew that it was not, because callus began to develop on my feet, and the bottom of my feet began to die because I was not getting the oxygen and the proper blood and nutrition to my feet. So I instantly came up with, started working on my basic flex that I knew. I had to go back to a lot of my yoga flexing that I threw away. I felt I didn't need them no more, which because of my kicking pattern, like a kicking pattern, which means that there's certain kick that I specialize in. So I focus on those type of stretching that supported those kicking. But now we're back to the same thing. So I need that support in order to reach my goal in flexibility, actually beyond the level where I once was. Well, you say I had hip replacement. What that mean? So what the weight vest does is push me down, and it keeps me down. It doesn't let me keep bouncing up out of the position of a stretch position. So I just simply does using the chair to support me and to balance myself while I'm in the semi-split. The flex is focused directly on my front of my thighs and my groin muscle. It's to restore high kicking ability and restore perfect blood flow through my legs. Now I had to also get on vitamin D. Not knowing one of my weakest points during my career, I could tell you pretty much what every vitamin did for my body except for vitamin D. Never bothered to look it up. Since I was taking the product, I figured that was good enough. And when I continue taking the product, I developed hip problem. And since I did not take time to read to see what all the vitamin did for my body, I did not know it was vitamin D. So ignorantly, I had hip replacement because I didn't know no better. Now, I have told that and put that over the internet many times. But people still go to the doctor and ask the doctor about what I have said. Listen, there's certain things a doctor can't tell you because they never had hip replacement. They can't tell you that I'm right or wrong. They have not had hip replacement. They never been an athlete. All they can tell you what they was told in school. Beyond that, they done. Most doctors don't even know that without vitamin D, that you can never restore full hip help back to your leg. And they finna cut on you. It's a sad case. It's really a sad case. And then those that do know, because their license rejects them, telling you that a nutrition have the power to heal your body, they can lose their license in the U.S. In China, the doctor will be rewarded for making a statement and finding out that it's true that nutrition can restore the help to the body. The difference with the doctors in China, I'm quoting them, their physician. They say they care about their elderly and care about being healthy, and the U.S. don't. Quoting their doctor. That's not my statement, that's their statement. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. Every time I get to 10, I count it as 1. What I'm doing? I'm playing a game with the man. I'm proving to my mind that it's greater than what it thinks that it is. Now, if I do 1, 3 count, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm finna stay in this position less. You know why? Because my physical mind gonna say, ooh, we've been in this position a long time. But when I do a 10 count on 1, my mind says that we only did 1 minute. That was a very short time. But in reality, it was longer. So it proved to you and yourself that you're stronger and greater than what you think that you are. I'm MJG. I'll talk to you later. I have many more flex to do. I have my Chinese split to work on, and I have my American split to work on. That's one version, but there's a second version. I'll talk to you later. Work to be done. Work to be done.